Hello everyone, and in today's video we're discussing NAICS code. What is a NAICS code, why do you need it, and how to choose the right NAICS code for your business. What is a NAICS code? A NAICS code is a 6-digit code used by federal agencies to determine the products and services that they want to buy. And then it's also used by small businesses to identify products and services that you want to sell to the government. Now, where does this come into place? When you get ready to register in the SAM site and then apply for some of these small business programs, you're going to have to identify what is your primary NAICS code and what are your secondary NAICS code. In the video that's coming ahead, we're going to show you how to register, how to identify your NAICS codes, and how to determine which NAICS code you should be your priority and then which NAICS code should be your secondary. Again, stay tuned, pay attention, because this is good stuff.
Alright, so what is a NAICS code? A NAICS code is a 6-digit code used by the federal government to describe products and services that they want to buy or purchase. For your particular company, you're going to have a NAICS code. And I'm in construction, so I'm going to go ahead and just type in construction. If you look at a construction, you'll see the titles, the different codes, and some common keywords used to describe those titles. I don't do sand and gravel mining, so I'll skip that. I'm going to scroll down. New single-family housing construction. I do that. And then from here, you'll see where it says primarily engaged in. It'll give you a list of items related to this particular code. Because it's so specific, most businesses are going to have multiple codes. I'm going to go ahead and save that 236115 code. Put it on my cheat sheet over here. And then we're going to discuss it a little bit later on. What does that mean? How does that affect your business? One other code that we're going to go ahead and add is painting. My friend's a paint contractor, so we're going to go ahead and search for his code, 238320. And again, I've already got that here on my cheat sheet, 238320. Now, why is NAICS code important? How to choose the right NAICS code for your business? Let me take you over to the SBA's what's called size standards table. This size standards table determines your eligibility to be a small business. They correspond to your NAICS codes that you use, what's called primary and secondary NAICS codes. Let me explain. Size standards are based on two categories: manufacturing, which is determined by the number of employees you have, and contract work, which is determined by millions of dollars. So again, you are an eligible small business under manufacturer based on the maximum employee threshold number, and in contract under the dollar amount. So as you can see, the dollars range from 0.75 million up to 38.5 million, which is oil and gas operations. How does that break down? This is your annual year gross receipts over a 3-year span. Same thing with employees. Your employee count cannot exceed 500 employee average over a 3-year span. Let's go ahead and translate that into business registration. So again, going back to the example we talked about, 238320, that's the paint code, my friend, and 236115 is the new single family housing construction code. So let's go in and let's say my friend is registering to do business with the government. He registers his business XYZ. He puts his primary NAICS code as paint, and then his secondary code as single family house construction. What does that mean? That means that his cap to be eligible as a small business is $15 million a year over 3 years for a total of $45 million a year in any 3-year span. Once he exceeds that number, he's no longer eligible to be a small business. If he were to reach out to me and ask me, Eric, what should I do? How should I structure my federal registration? I would advise him to make the single family construction his primary code and then the painting his secondary code. That way his cap would be $36.5 million per year average over 3 years for a total of $110 million. That's a difference of $60 million. And that's why choosing the right code, primary NAICS code for your business, is so important in understanding prior to your registration.
I hope that you all learned a tremendous amount about choosing the right NAICS code for your business. I mean, the difference is literally potentially lost revenue in the millions of dollars. Again, as always, reach out to me. Any comments and questions, I'm on all the social media platforms, and you can send me an email at scorecontracts.com. Thank you.